Okay, so let's solve another problem turning on a table. An electric turntable, 0.750 meters in diameter, is rotating about a fixed axis with an initial angular velocity of 0.250 revolutions per second and a constant angular acceleration of 0.900 revolutions per second squared. Letter A. Compute the angular velocity of the turntable after 0.200 seconds. And letter B. Through how many revolutions has the turntable spun in the time interval? And then letter C, what is the tangential speed of a point on the ring of the turntable at t equals 0.200 seconds? So I'll be giving you maybe a minute to solve this problem, and I'll show you the solution after. Okay? Okay, so 2 minutes have elapsed to solve this problem. Given yung diameter. O yan ingat. Diameter yung given hindi radius. Baka pwedeng sa yan, exam. Given yung diameter na sagot, given yung kinonsider mo yung etong 0.70 ginawa mong radius. May mga ganong problems na kalahati pala yung tamang sagot at nasa choices sila parehas. May mga ganun kami gumawa ng exam, by the way. So ingat sa pag-plug in ng numbers kasi kahit mali yung sagot, minsan nasa choices pa rin. Okay? Alam kasi namin kung ano yung mali at anong tama. Okay, so D equals 0.70 meters. And then your initial angular velocity, let's say omega naught, is about 0.250 revolutions per second. So, para hindi tayo malito, ang gagawin ko na is i-convert ko na siya. Sige, mamaya ko na i-convert. Pero pwede kong sabihin to na this is simply, I have a 1 revolution, 2 pi regions. So, para ang sagot ko na ay in regions per second. Okay? So, this is basically pi over 2. Tama, di ba? 2 pi 1/4, pi over 2 regions per second. Sinulat ko muna na ganyan, pero you need to plug in the numbers later. And then, you have a constant angular acceleration. Importante rito, it's a constant angular acceleration. So, alpha is about 0.900 revolutions per second multiplied by 2 pi radians per revolution, 1 revolution, which is about 5.654 radians per second squared. Okay? Nakuha? Basically, what I did is to convert all the given quantities para mas madali na ating calculations as we go along. So, letter A, what is the angular velocity of the turntable after 2 seconds? Ang tinatanong ay omega. Ngayon, how do you determine omega given omega naught and alpha? That's given din yung time. Ano lang yan? Ano lang yan? Ano lang gagamitin? Remember, the angular acceleration is constant, therefore you can use your constant angular acceleration kinematic equations here. Hence, ano mangyayari? Ano lang yan? Meron tayo ng omega, may time tayo, meron tayong alpha, meron tayong omega naught. Wala tayong position. Or wala tayong angular positions na given. Therefore, what equation can we use? Ano lang yan? This is just omega equals omega naught plus alpha t, right? Tama? Tama? And this is just equal to pi over 2 radians per second plus alpha is about 5.654 radians per second squared multiplied by some time 0.200 seconds. So all of them will have an angular velocity, and therefore my omega is about 2.71 radians per second squared. That is the answer. Okay? Nakuha? Nakuha to? Gets? Anyone? Nakuha? Plug and play. Plug and play lang yan. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So letter B. Now, ang tinatanong dito ay how many revolutions. Okay? What we can do first is to just use revolutions. Pero minsan kasi gusto natin na gawin muna ng radians para sure tayo na we are using SI units. Yun talaga yung reason. Pwede mong i-diretso yan kung revolutions ang tinatanong. Pero mas maigi na mag-start tayo sa radians. Tsaka natin i-convert to revolutions. Mas okay yun. Kasi especially pag walang specified na unit o walang specified na tinatanong, radians ang default na sagot. Para lang masanay tayo. Okay? So, how many revolutions? Again, ang tinatanong ay how many revolutions? Okay. So, ang tinatanong ngayon ay displacement theta minus theta naught. Ngayon, ano yung kailangan mong gamitin? Actually, marami kang pwedeng gamitin. You can either use velocity as a function of position or position as a function of time. Kasi given naman yung final velocity rito. Ang gagamitin ko na lang ay position as a function of time, theta equals theta naught plus omega naught t plus 1/2 alpha t squared. And your theta naught is just 0, and omega naught is given. This is just equal to pi over 2 radians per second times 0.2 seconds plus 1/2 times alpha, which is 5.654 radians per second squared times 0.200 seconds quantity squared. Ayan, may square yan ha. And when you do that, and then what you do is you have a quantity in radians. And this quantity here, you need to multiply it by radians yung sagot dyan, di ba? 2 pi radians in 1 revolution. So that your final answer is in revolutions. And when you do that, you use your calculator, pakisolve na lang, you have 0.0680 revolutions. That is the angular displacement of the particle, assuming that it's initially at 0. At theta equals 0. Okay? Nakuha? Nakuha to? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, finally, letter C. We have, ano yun? We have letter C. What is the tangential speed? So, what is the tangential? At t equals 0.2 seconds. So, given na yung omega, this is at 0.2 seconds. Tama? So, ano lang gagawin natin? Ano lang gagawin natin to determine the tangential velocity? We just multiply the tangential velocity at t equals 0.2 seconds, which is just equal to the R, which is simply, ang given sa atin ay yung diameter ng turntable, 0.750 meters, which is D. Given yon. Ang hinahanap ay from the rim. So therefore, ang hinahanap ay radius. So you need to divide your diameter by 2. So may D over 2 pa dito, multiplied by omega, which is your omega at t equals 0.2 seconds. And this is just equal to V tangential is simply 0.750 meters divided by 2 times what you got in the first sub-item, which is 2.71 radians per second squared. And thus, this is just equal to, and hence, V tangential is just equal to 1.02 meters per second squared. That is the answer. Okay? Nakuha? Nakuha tong item na to? Nakuha? Questions? May tanong?
None po.
None, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.